people have entered the room, so I'll get started. And I've been blinded by the mid-morning sun, well, as it rises up above the trees. Well, and it burns away the fog from an early morning rain. Well, and it burns away these thoughts that cloud my mind. And I can see clearly now, and everything is right in front of me. Well, like a red-tailed hawk as it glides above the trees. I can see clearly now, and as the light moves over me, it illuminates a world I've never seen. And you know that sun gets hot as it burns up in the sky, and we can all use a gentle summer breeze. So I pull my cap down low, well, just above my eyes, and take shelter neath the shady tree. And I can see clearly now, and everything is right in front of me, well, like a red-tailed hawk as it glides above the trees. I can see clearly now, and as the light moves over me, it illuminates a world I've never seen. And there are times when it is hard for us to see beyond these troubling times. I believe that there's a place where we can be, free from the struggles we all find. Soon the sun will fall beneath an evening sky, well, and the stars and the moon, they will all shine. And we can close our eyes and rest until the dawn, and in the morning we can all rise again. And I can see clearly now, and everything is right in front of me, well, like a red-tailed hawk as it glides above the trees. And I can see clearly now, and as the light moves over me, it illuminates a world I've never seen. It illuminates a world I've never seen. I can see clearly now, and I can see clearly now, and I've been blinded by the mid-morning sun. Hello, Jude. Hello to everybody else out there watching. Thanks for hanging out, or if you're tuning in later on, because this will stay on the internet. And of course, you can check it out much later, but you'll find that out much later. It's silly for me to tell you that now, because you're watching right now. Anyway, it's a song of mine called A World Not Seen. Here I am back doing the streaming concert. I did one of these during the summer. I kind of tried not to. We were trying to get back to normal gigging. I figured people wanted to be outside, people wanted to go out, people wanted to enjoy life after all the vaccinations, unfortunately. Not everybody has been vaccinated, and now we've got another problem on our hands. And so I had to cancel a gig tonight because it's a small cafe, and I love the people out there, and I didn't want to create any kind of bottleneck where the variants could spread. So I said I won't be making it. Going to do an outdoor show Sunday the 19th of September. It'll be at 10:30 in the morning at the Shaker Lakes Nature Center, one of my favorite places to go spend time through the past 53 years of my life, quite honestly. I love that place. But during the pandemic, it's really been a nice retreat for us. We can get away and see people at a distance. But anyway, I'll be performing that morning. Come on out. It'll be a nice day. I'm hoping. Oh, what do I want to play? Let's do a train song here. Let's do the Emeryville. And it won't be long. Well, I heard her say, as we waited at the station in the early hours of the day, and just like a song, with an old familiar melody, the number 5 will soon arrive and we'll all be on our way. About 7:15 the train is pulling in. It's right on time, so let the journey begin. Oh, the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. And overhead, guitars are safely stored. Conductor shouts with everybody on board. For the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. And over the mountains and canyons and these empty old towns, we're dining in the desert while the sun is sinking down. Welcome the night time. We sped across the Emeryville flats with a pint of whiskey shared that we carried in a stainless steel flask. And I tried to write, well, but I guess my day is done. 'Cause it's hard to stay awake when you listen to them steel rails hum. And making up time lost to the day, with no more climbs beyond the Great Salt Lake. Aboard the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. Coffee is poured. Conductor shouts till everybody on board. Well, for the Zephyr out of Denver and on through to Emeryville. And over the mountains and canyons and these empty old towns, Up around the diner, some of this train, it's a slowing down behind a freight train. We're losing time across the Golden State. I guess it's never quite as simple as you think that it's gonna be. And as the sun began to fade, we looked out on the San Francisco Bay. Aboard the Zephyr out of Denver, we were pulling into Emeryville. That's Emeryville. It's a little song I wrote on the train heading out west to San Francisco. I do have a train trip lined up. It's going to be in February. We're going to the Folk Alliance International Conference. Alex Bevan and I are going to ride the train out to Kansas City together and take in the Folk Alliance Conference. It should be good. People are jumping on. Hello, Jim Canales. And Shoshana. Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Anyway, this is fun. I really miss playing. It's been hard this summer. I've had a small handful of gigs, and they've all been amazing. You never know. You never realize how much you appreciate doing something until it's sort of been taken away from you. Anyways, and I appreciate doing this. I really kind of dig sitting in my living room and having a conversation with you and singing songs for you and sort of sharing what I kind of sit here on the couch doing all the time anyway. So it's nice to bring you into my house and to be able to share this with you. And what I want to do next, I think I'm dipping into the old stuff here. Not old. This isn't really old stuff. This is semi-old. I'll pull from the new album soon. New album's been getting a little airplay. Been enjoying that. It's a tough time, though, because a lot of the community radio stations, and with folk music, it's mostly community and college radio stations, public broadcasting. So the tough thing is, let's use a pick on this one. A lot of those radio stations had really been closed for the past year. And some of the DJs are just now getting back, and who knows if they're going to have to go back to working from home or just mailing in old shows. So a lot of the new music over the past year and a half has kind of been ignored by some of the radio stations just because of the limitations of the pandemic. So I'm very grateful to the people playing the record. It's cool. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and start singing. It's called Up Among the Stars. My mom always liked this one. Can't find the first line of this song, so I'm going to switch gears. And I'll come back to the song. And I know it's not the world you thought that it was gonna be. It's not always fair, it's not easy, believe me, I've been there. Well, and I wish that I could save you from the struggles and the fears and all of these tears that you held back and carried through. said, it's alright. In the middle of the night, once we are through, I'm gonna hold you tightly, wrap you in these arms until the lights come shining through. Sometimes the movie never ends, and you cannot find your friends. Well, and the winds are barely breezy, but change has stalled for you again. Well, and you cannot slow your mind, and the stillness has no end. Well, and your thoughts just keep on racing, but what you're chasing, it seems real to end. She said, well, it's alright, we've all got our work to do. And in the middle of the night, once we are through, I'm gonna hold you tightly and wrap you in these arms until the lights they come shining through. And I know it's not the world you thought that it was gonna be. It's not always fair, it's not easy, believe me, I've been there. Well, and I wish that I could save you from these struggles and these fears, and all of these tears that you held back and carried through the years. She said, well, it's alright, we've all got our work to do. In the middle of the night, once we are through, I'm gonna hold you tightly and wrap you in these arms until the lights they come shining through. So that's a song called Shining Through. I wrote it with my wife in mind. We were both going through our own struggles in life, and we just kept loving each other, stayed there for each other, and we're still there for each other now. And through the past 2 years, this has been a difficult time, to say the least, and I couldn't be happier. I think with anybody else, she's really been there for me. And hopefully I've been there for her. We've come through this pandemic pretty well so far. And it's been tough. For all of us. Do I want to play now? I'm going to go see a concert on Tuesday. It's the Dead & Co. It's three of the currently surviving members of the Grateful Dead, and then 3 young guys they've brought in, create evolution of their sound and what they do. John Mayer and all these people. Anyways, I've always been a little bit of a Deadhead, and by that I mean used to go to a bunch of those shows when I was a kid, travel around the country. And today, if you walked in and asked me what I was listening to, there's a fair chance I'm listening to the Grateful Dead, because I like it. Anyway, this is one of their tunes. I'll play for you here. Standing on the moon, I got no cobwebs on my shoes. Standing on the moon, I feel alone and blue. I could see the Gulf of Mexico as tiny as a tear, and the coast of California must be somewhere over here, over here. Standing on the moon, I see the battle rage below. Standing on the moon, I see the soldiers come and go. And there's a metal flag beside me, someone planted long ago. Oh, glory standing stiffly, crimson, white, and indigo, indigo. I see all of Southeast Asia, I can see El Salvador, I can hear the cries of children, well, and the other songs of war. And it's like a mighty melody, it comes down from the sky. Standing here upon the moon, I watch them all roll by, and all roll by, well, all roll by, all roll by. Standing on the moon with nothing left to do, and a lovely view of heaven, but I'd rather be with you, be with you. Standing on the moon, I see a shadow on the sun. Standing on the moon, I see the stars fade one by one, and I can hear the cries of victory and another of defeat. A scrap of age-old lullaby down some forgotten street. A scrap of age-old lullaby down some forgotten street. Standing on the moon, where talk is cheap and vision true. Standing on the moon, but I'd rather be San Francisco, along a back porch in July, just looking back at heaven from this crescent in the sky. Just looking up at heaven from this crescent in the sky. Standing on the moon with nothing left to do, a lovely view of heaven, but I'd rather be with you, be with you. Rather be with you. I'd rather be with you. That's called Standing on the Moon. Let's do one off the new record here. This is the title track. It's called Together Alone, and it's where we've been for a long time. We got a little reprieve this summer for a little while. It was a bit of false security. Breakthroughs are real. I've known a few people who have been good to me, people who are close to me who have had breakthroughs, and they still got sick. Nobody wants to get sick, and nobody wants to spread this thing to anybody who may be vulnerable. So here's a little public service. Please wear a mask. Get vaccinated if you haven't already. Let's get through this thing so we can get back to living the way we want to live. Maybe I'll do that one too right after this one. Together alone, connected by phones, we gather around tablets and hide in our homes. And we've all been ordered to shelter in place. You and me quarantine with the whole human race. And the virus spread quickly through cruise ships and planes. And it's all just a hoax, our leader complained. And the warnings were silenced, the response was delayed. Now he urgently moves to reassign blame. And we've all been ordered to shelter in place. You and me quarantine with the whole human race. And we search for new leaders in an unlikely phase. You and me quarantine with the whole human race. Now the president, he boasts of low gasoline prices, but it ain't like we're burning much fuel. Still he stands up before us, gaslighting the crisis. Can we all wash our hands of this fool? We've all been ordered to shelter in place. You and me quarantine with the whole human race. And we search for new leaders in an unlikely place. You and me quarantine with the whole human race. soon. They crowded the churches, they were exhausted by Zoom. And some took to the streets, and they were tear-gassed by goons. As the virus kept spreading through a nation in ruins. Uncertainty haunts us in this darkest hour. The economy, it's trashed, although he boasts of its power. And I struggle to find light, as it seems we are doomed. And then a small purple flower emerges in bloom. And we've all been ordered to shelter in place. You and me quarantined with the whole human race. And we search for new leaders in an unlikely face. You and me quarantined with the whole human race. You and me quarantined the whole human race. I'm missing a very specific capo that I had a little while ago. It's not far from me, I'm sure. However, at the moment, I cannot find it. Ah, there it is. If I can go there. Just not feeling the song tonight for some reason. We'll stay with that tuning. It's the end of summer. Do my little summer tune called Hemlock Hill. Hemlock Hill is a house that my grandparents owned. And we still vacation up where that house is. And it was nice to get away this summer, to be away from the city and be in a place where we felt kind of free of the trouble of the pandemic, though we weren't as free as we thought. It's called Hemlock Hill. Out on the porch, late on a summer's day, we gathered around and watched the children play out in the yard, just like the former days when we were young on Hemlock Hill. Down below in a maze of rhododendron, chasing rabbits as fast as we could run. We grew so quick, but the time stood still. Back home on Hemlock Hill, we never thought that we would grow up and be parents to our own. No rabbits caught, but we could count each hair as years rolled by, slowly age and say goodbye to a time long gone. I remember well, back home on Hemlock Hill. My by the shed, the stories of his life and all the years, and how he met his wife and took a job and built his family, who grew and moved from Hemlock Hill. Now every summer, like pilgrims, we ride across the state, and around the lake we drive to a time long gone I remember well. I'm back home on Hemlock Hill. We never thought that we would grow up and be parents to our own. No rabbits caught, but we could count each hair as years roll by, slowly age and say goodbye to a time long gone I remember well. I'm back home on Hemlock Hill. My mom cooks best out on the grill. I'm back home on Hemlock Hill. That's Hemlock Hill. Oh, what to do next? I think I'm going to do a... Whoops. I'm dropping things here. Things are falling on the floor. The cat's sleeping, so it's very quiet here right now. My wife is out doing laundry. So this is a song I wrote in protest. Well, it's not really in protest. It's a song about how people were standing up for themselves, and people continue to stand up for themselves. But I wrote this a few years ago after watching the kids at the Parkman School stand up for themselves and go to the state capitol in Florida and say, hey, stop, do something. Our lives are in danger. Florida seems to not want to do much about protecting kids these days. Anyway, those kids had a clear message. They said, remember who we are, and I thought about all the other people standing up for themselves and saying, hey, you remember who we are. Remember who we are. We come from near and far. Women marching in the streets, and men need athletes. And we are refugees and dreamers, the immigrants you blame, and we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. Remember who we are. We carry open scars, push these wheelchairs forward. You cannot disregard us as we block the halls of Congress for the fear of a graveyard. We will come from near and far. Remember who we are. Oh, we stood up to the Nazis and the Klansmen just the same, to a tone-deaf president for whom the victims share the blame for a deadly act of terror. To him it's just a game, and we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. scientists and teachers, reporters on TV, investigators, lawyers, oh, the proof, it's a plain to see. And the evidence is obvious, so don't look the other way, 'cause we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. And they say that all lives matter, but it doesn't seem that way when the consequence of life, oh, it's dying every day. And the other way, 'cause we will come from near and far. Remember who we are. And the schools, they are filled with children, and they live by different rules. Drills and lockdowns put in place can't save them from these fools. And as a panda to the worst in us, young lives are laid to waste. And we will come from near and far, oh, remember who we are. Let's remember who we are. Hey, by the way, I haven't mentioned it yet, but there's a couple links down below in the description of this show, and they will lead you to a PayPal and a Venmo account address, where if you like what you're seeing and you want to help support musicians who are doing music that you're enjoying, that's one way to do it, and that's a good way. Another way to do that would be to follow the other link to charliemossberg.com, where you can find my everything, CDs, so on, everything like that, and a brand new CD in the bag. Let's do one more of those songs off that CD. This is a tune. It's called A Silhouette in Blue. It's another train song. It's one of my favorite ones. Hello, Cindy. How's... Hope you guys are doing well. Next stop is Memphis. There came a warning from the crew. Impatiently she swayed with a suitcase in her hand, slow in the tempo at St. Paul and Maine. She exits the Central Station. She don't care about Graceland, no, she's here for the rain. In a silhouette in blue. Well, everybody is on board. The conductor, he shuts the door. And with the flammer tapping slowly back up to speed, the coaches roll. And like a street corner dancer up high on his toes, close, just a moment to rest between shows. 'Cause the crowd moves along when you're in between songs. In a silhouette in blue. On the city of New Orleans, oh, the dining car is closed. And just for the folks who ride, well, up in coach they won't eat tonight. And it's been raining since Jackson. I dreamed a refrain, a song of abandoned campsites, and that juke joint is silent. My Stella won't hold its tune. In a silhouette in blue. But since we left Louisiana, there have been no more parades. Locomotive roars, it sounds like Buddy Bolin's horns. And now we're almost through Homewood. There are no delays, there's no trouble reported this morning. And our arrival's on time on track number 9. In a silhouette in blue. Silhouette in blue. To clean that up a little bit. Trouble in mind, well, I am blue, but I won't be blue always, 'cause the sun is gonna shine on my back door someday. I'm going down but to the river. I'm gonna take my whole rocking chair, and if these blues they don't leave me, I'm gonna rock right out of here. I'm gonna lay my head down by some old lonesome railroad line and let the 219 come and ease my worried mind. Trouble in mind, well, I am blue, but it won't be a blue always, 'cause the sun is gonna shine on my back door someday. All right, I'm gonna do two more here, and then I'm gonna clean up after myself because you can't see it. It just sort of looks like I'm sitting in my living room, but I actually have to set up this pretty extravagant little TV studio to do this. This is be nice if it was just to turn on your cell phone and away we go. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for hanging around, listening. I don't know who's on at any given point, and it's just good to see your names and your faces saying hello over on the Facebook side. This is also streaming to YouTube. Hopefully we'll get to see each other's faces again very soon, because it makes the music a lot more fun, for sure. Minister Creek, I follow a path past an old hollow tree that lies decaying on the ground. Letting it go, I take my rest beneath the pines upon the crest, and daylight slips away without a sound. Beneath the stars in Pennsylvania, well, this time is gonna gain ya a chance to figure out where you wanna be. And listening to the wind blow, the night is dark and I am cold. Nocturnal souls are searching for a meal. Something is lurking, all my fears are on high alert. As it draws near and I don't have much to give and less to steal. Beneath the stars in Pennsylvania, well, this time is gonna gain ya a chance to figure out where you wanna be. Oh, I maybe go east and I maybe go west, and darling, southern food would be best, my love. And Canada is calling me to you. Oh, back to a shore across Lake Erie, where my heart is gonna steer me back to this town of rust where I was born. Oh, back to this town of rust where I was born. Physically tired from the trek, my mind is wired and I am wrecked, and I barely have the strength to shed my clothes, settling deep into my nest. I fold my arms across my chest, surrender to the slumber my soul's repose. Beneath the stars in Pennsylvania, well, this time it's gonna gain ya a chance to figure out where you wanna be. Oh, I maybe go east and I maybe go west, and darling, southern food would be best. My love in Canada is calling me to you, back to a shore across Lake Erie, where my heart is gonna steer me back to this town of rust where I was born. Oh, back to this town of rust where I was born. That's Minister Creek. I like that one. Hello, Mary Jo and Jay. We were down at the Peace Stamp, at the free stamp. That's what it was. We were down there on Tuesday night. There was a vigil going on for utility rights to help people. To remember those who died last winter from exposure and whatever other consequences of utility monopolies may end up killing people, which they do. So we met down there for that, and I mention this now because there's a couple people on right now. I see Marjorie and Mary and MJ, and I think Mark too, if Mark's still on. But we were all part of the Peace Show years ago that would go on this weekend every year. And the Peace Show at the Free Stamp was a great time, and of course, we think about that when we sit down to our dinner and those war jets go flying over our heads and drown out everybody else's conversations. I'm going to finish up with one last song. It's called I Bid You Good Night. As terrible as everything we saw on TV over the past week with the withdrawal to Afghanistan, just thank God it's over. Let's hope it. Let's hope it. That more people find peace this time. I wanna lay down, my brother, and lay down and take your rest. And won't you lay down, my brother, now, well, up upon your Savior's chest. I love you more now, oh, but Jesus, he loves you the best. I'll bid you good night, and good night, and I wanna bid you good night, good night. Oh, I bid you good night. won't you lay down, my brother, and lay down and take your rest. Lay down, brother, now, up upon your Savior's chest. I love you more now, oh, but Jesus, he loves you the best. I bid you good night. Good night, and I wanna bid you good night, good night. Well, and the people of Jerusalem are walking out free, and good night. They got no place to go and no place to meet, and good night. Walking through Jerusalem just like John, and good night. And he's gonna send a fire, not a flood next time, and good night. And he's walking with a rod and a staff in each hand, and good night. He's walking through the valley with a shadow of death, and good night. I bid you good night. Won't you lay down, my brother, now, and lay down and take your rest. Lay down, my brother, now, and love upon your Savior's chest. I love you more now, but Jesus, he loves you the best, and I'll bid you good night. Good night, and I'll hold you close, and I'll bid you good night and good night. Oh, I bid you good night. I think that's going to do it for me this evening. Thanks for hanging out and listening. Thanks for being a part of this. It's rough not being able to do what you do, and we've been very limited. So this is just, if for no other reason, it gets me an opportunity to sit down and play guitar and to share that with you, because I really do miss doing that. So thank you for allowing me to do that for you and hanging out and listening. Again, there are a couple of links on the description. They tell you where you can support this kind of thing if you want to do so. Hey, next Saturday night, FolkNet, Northeast Ohio's Folk Music Society, is going to be sponsoring a concert. It will be an online concert just like this one, and it will feature Deborah Cowan with a local opener, Katie Robinson. She's out of the Akron area. So that's next Saturday. It's going to be 7:15 is our start time. So we'll be pushing that a little bit through the week, but keep that in mind. And with nothing else, hey, good night and thank you. Hope to see you in person very soon. And how do I get out of here and broadcast? Good night. I got to do it twice.